Events portal talk language watch view source. Worldwide current events sports events recent deaths entry views by week list today's most viewed articles topics in the news. Beth Mooney the IOC provisionally lifts its suspension of the Russian Olympic Committee. In cricket, the Women's T20 World Cup concludes with Australia defeating England in the final. Player of the match Beth Mooney pictured. Keiko Fujimori is elected president of Peru. Ongoing. Ebola epidemic FIFA World Cup Flamingo Revolution Iran War. Lebanon War. Russo-Ukrainian War timeline recent deaths. Lauren Bennett and Whitcomb Sharon Didi Patty Carmelo Severin Benedetto Rui Barbosa Bonnie Tyler nominated article July 12th, 2026. Sunday. Edit the story watch armed conflicts and attacks. 2026 Iran War 2026 Strait of Hormuz crisis. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy in the early hours of Sunday declares the Strait of Hormuz to be closed until further notice and says that they have fired a shot at vessel at Houston. Unauthorized route. Shafik. The United States launched new strikes against Iran in response. Reuters. July 11th, 2026. Saturday. Edit the story watch armed conflicts and attacks. Arab-Israeli conflict Gaza War Israeli bombing of the Gaza Strip. One Palestinian is killed and two others are injured in an Israeli drone strike in central Gaza. Palestine Chronicle. Hezbollah Israel conflict 2026 Israel-Lebanon peace talks. A Lebanese official says Lebanon will participate in planned talks with Israel and Rome, Italy. As a U.S. military delegation visits Beirut to discuss the implementation of the framework agreement between Lebanon and Israel. AFTV Al Arabi Sudanese Civil War Kordofan campaign. Siege of El Obeid. UNICEF warns that 500,000 civilians in El Obeid, North Kordofan, are forcing children and families to be displaced and seek refuge. AA. The Khartoum state government says that they have transferred the remains of 27 victims of the war in the country to official cemeteries ahead of the rainy season. Sudan Tribune Business and Economy. Housing in the United States. The 21st Century Road to Housing Act. The legislation passed in the U.S. Congress to expand affordable housing and reduce housing costs in the United States. Becomes law after U.S. President Donald Trump allows the bill to take effect without his signature. CBS News. Disasters and accidents. At least 44 people are killed and more than 1 million are stranded as floods and landslides triggered by monsoon rains affect southeastern Bangladesh, disrupting power, roads, and communications across several districts. Reuters. 15 Indian tourists are killed and 21 others are rescued when a speedboat capsizes near Phu Quoc, Vietnam. CNN News 18. International relations. India-New Zealand relations. India and New Zealand announced the formation of a strategic partnership during Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Auckland, expanding cooperation on defense, security, trade, diplomacy, culture, sport, science, and maritime issues in the Indo-Pacific. AFTV of the Manila Times. Law and crime. 2 people are killed and 4 others are injured in a mass shooting at a festival in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. CBC News. Politics and elections. Day of remembrance of the victims of genocide committed by Ukrainian nationalists. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk, marking the anniversary of Bloody Sunday, announces plans to build a wall of remembrance in Warsaw for identified victims of the Volhynia massacre and says Poland will continue efforts to exhume and properly bury victims. AFTV of the Straits Times. Rzeczpospolita in Polish. Gaza war protesters in Stockholm, Sweden, gather at the Adenklan Plaza to protest against Israel's attacks in Gaza, ceasefire violations, and restrictions on humanitarian aid entering Gaza. AA.